Hi, Saturday morning in South Wales, sitting in my shed talking to you. Thanks for dropping by today. This is the first video I've made in my new channel, and I call the channel Solutions Focused Coaching in Schools. So, in time I'll kind of let you know what that means, but in the first place I want to kind of set the scene really. So I'm a teacher and I'm talking to you as a fellow teacher. And by teacher, I mean in the wide sense of working with children and young people as they learn about the world and themselves, and as they grow into the best person they could be. So if you're a parent or a carer, or a family member or a friend, a teaching assistant or a class teacher, a support worker inside or outside school, or a manager or a policy maker, this could be for you. One thing we all know about is the complexity of children's needs and their experiences. Most of the time, children find their way with our support and guidance as teachers, but some children get lost and stuck and fight or run away or shut down or shut us out. This is a problem. What do we do as teachers to enable these stuck, struggling, often unhappy and disturbed children and young people to move on, to find success and happiness? As teachers, not psychologists or psychiatrists or other vitally important experts in finding out what's gone wrong and finding out ways to put it right, but as teachers knowing about teaching and learning, working in our field where we have the expertise. So I'm going to tell you about a problem, and it's a problem that came up to me, and it's kind of, it might be something you're familiar with, or you might be able to sort of listen to it and find some commonalities really. So I call this story The Fighting Boy. A 15-year-old boy in school in an area of high deprivation in a city. A long track record of violent behaviour, including police involvement, brought up by his single working mother, attends regularly and regularly beats up other children in school, inside and outside school. School's used up its entire range of rewards and punishments outside, assessments being called in, and now, one more fight away from permanent exclusion, I'm called in as a behaviour support teacher working for Children's Services to do something magical when everything that's been tried so far has failed. So what can I do? This is a true story, and this is what happened. I came into school having been called in. I'd never met this boy before, and we sat down in a room and I started to do something called Solutions Focused Coaching. When I asked him what he was hoping for, his best hope was to join the army and as a recruit, and what he knew was that since he'd already been involved with the police, if it happened once more, then that would automatically exclude him from recruitment because of army rules. So his best hope was that he could, somehow do something about his behaviour. So I said, so supposing we worked on something that was useful to you, what would that be about? And he said, my behaviour. Okay. So I said, okay, so if we do some work on that, we've got half an hour. Let's get started then. I'm going to put that to one side now, and I'm going to ask you something different. What are you good at? What do you like doing? And we set off doing that. At the end of the session, 30 minutes, I offered him a compliment and asked him to give himself a compliment, and I gave him a task, and his task was notice what's going well. So we said goodbye. I met him 5 times over a month. I met him weekly in school. At the end of the time, I asked him whether he thought that we'd done enough for him to be in a safe place. The threat of exclusion had disappeared because after the first session he didn't fight any more fights in school. After we finished work, he didn't have any fights in school all through the school year until he finished school when he was 16, and he applied to the army and joined the army as a recruit. So what was different, what I did was I used the simple structure of solution focused coaching, which somehow moved him from a place where he was going round in circles, very close to permanent exclusion, because he was still always doing what he always did, and all the help that had been provided for him didn't seem to make a difference, to just being a, sort of himself, his best self, where he he didn't do something that was harmful to him. He took a better route, and he got where he hoped to be. So the next video, I'm going to talk to you a bit more about what this thing is called solutions focused coaching in schools. I used it with this boy, and I've used it consistently since 2001, and to now, right now, this week I'm having conversations with people, and it works like that. In the first place, I thought, no, this can't be true, too good to be true. But after several years of doing it, it seemed like it is true. It's reliable, simple, you can learn how to do it. It comes within the remit of a teacher because it's teaching and learning work, and I hope you come back and I can tell you a bit more about this. So thanks for coming along today. I hope things go well for you. Bye for now.